My name is Vanessa Jensen. I stand here today as a cancer survivor and as a scientist. I represent the amazing feats of medical discoveries, both as a patient and as a medical researcher. 14 years ago, I was diagnosed with leukemia. As a patient, I went through rigorous chemotherapy, accompanied by anti-nausea and preventative medication, such as antibiotics, antivirals, and antifungals, as well as blood product transfusions. In 1999, I relapsed and underwent more chemotherapy and total body irradiation before becoming the first adult in Australia to receive a bone marrow transplant from cord blood. As a patient, I realised that the chemotherapy and irradiation saved my life by killing the cancer cells and getting me into remission. This technology came from medical research. The preventative medication saved me from the opportunistic infections that kill so many cancer patients while their immune system is compromised. These all came from medical research. In fact, Lord Howard Florey was an Australian who won the Nobel Prize for discovering penicillin and created the drug that has saved so many lives. The red blood cell and platelet transfusions and the GCSF injections saved my life when the chemo lowered my blood counts to dangerously low levels. Blood typing and cross-matching for safe blood transfusions came about through medical research. The transplant that saved my life by giving me new cancer-free bone marrow has permitted me to live 12 long, happy years disease-free. This was only possible through medical research. Medical research into tissue typing, anti-rejection drugs, allogeneic transplantation, cord blood and stem cells. My experiences with cancer inspired me to study biomedical science and embark on a career in medical research. I am passionate to contributing to Australia's rich history of scientific discovery. I want to give back to the society that saved my life. I want to improve the lives of others by helping create better methods of detection, better treatments, better drugs, and better therapies. As a researcher, I appreciate that medical research doesn't just touch those of us that have been unfortunate enough to experience cancer. It touches every single body. Have you ever used Panadol, aspirin, antibiotics, antiseptics, had a joint replaced, had your eyes lasered, being prescribed something to lower your cholesterol or your blood pressure? Do you know someone who is diabetic, had IVF, suffers from arthritis, motor neurone disease, or MS? Everyday drugs and treatments have come from medical research. Where would we be without it? Everyday Australians appreciate the need for medical research. We buy pens, we buy daffodils, we buy badges and red noses, but we cannot make up for the amount that the government is proposing to take away. Everyday Australians love to hear about a breakthrough by Aussie scientists, and we have led the way with penicillin, the cochlear implant, the first flu vaccine, spray-on skin for burns victims, and the cervical cancer vaccine. To the Prime Minister Julia Gillard and to the Minister for Health and Ageing Nicola Roxon, and to the politicians that only listen to money, think of this. If you cut the funding to research, many scientists will be and have already been let go. The unemployment rate of scientists will rise as many of us will not be able to get a job because institutes and universities do not have the money to hire. There will be a brain drain of scientists and researchers going overseas or leaving science altogether. The universities will not lower their intake of students, so the fight for a job will just get harder year after year. The industries which rely on research will start feeling the pinch. The companies that supply general lab equipment, tech staff, sales reps, consumables and reagents will have to let people go due to a downturn in business. All these highly educated and qualified people will then compete for non-science jobs. And just think, any potential breakthroughs that may save your life in the future may never happen because disillusioned researchers have left the profession. As I come to the end of my PhD, I find myself searching overseas jobs websites and contemplating a career change before I've had a chance to really get started. Please, please, please do not cut the funding to medical research.